Alright, so I'm going to try a more simple version of making these videos, for me anyway. So basically I'm just going to have to click record and then stop. But this one is on No Hesi. I don't know if anyone's heard of it before. I hadn't until like just over a week ago. I think it was just kind of like trolling YouTube clips, and I was looking for looking up stuff for Forza Motorsport, because I used to play that a little bit, and I tried to jump back in and there was just no races going in the area. So I thought I'd kind of like YouTube and see what the kind of stats of it was. And yeah, anyway, I ended up coming across a video on No Hesi, and I was just like, oh, this looks pretty sick. The hell's this? And it's like, oh, it's a mod for Assetto Corsa. Now, I already had Assetto Corsa in the library, and I was just like, oh, that's sick. I can download this mod for free. So when I picked up Assetto Corsa, I think it was like $6, $7 or something like that. So it was like super cheap. $28.95 now, but the game's over 10 years, so it comes on sale all the time. So if you're not in a rush to get it, I recommend just kind of like wishlisting it, just waiting it come on sale. See if you can get a cheap key online. But if it looks really cool to you, like if you like sim racing, it's pretty cool. So it might be worth $30 to you. I don't know. Mod is free. So if you go to nohesi.gg, just up here, that pretty much downloads an installer that installs all the mods and checks everything that you have. So instead of having to go through all these kind of like different websites and downloading individual patches and mods, it kind of does it all for you, which is really cool. I've made an account for these guys. So basically you can go in here to kind of keep stats. You can get different tier subscriptions. I'm on free at the moment because I've just been playing for just over a week. There are different cars, and you can host your own servers, different maps and things like that. If you want to kind of know the differences between them, just have a look on the website, and then you can have a look at the little server browser here, sort by region, players, etc. Or you can do what I do and actually do it through, what's it called? The Assetto Corsa Content Manager. So I've already favorited a couple of these servers. And essentially what No Hesi is, because like Assetto Corsa, it's kind of like realistic physics driving sim, you know, so it's got really, really good kind of like weight to certain cars. Like for example, actually I'll show you what I mean. Let's just go for a completely stock car. Yeah, the Mustang's probably the best example. So we're going to load in on this. So you've got games like iRacing, for example, which, you know, they utilize realistic physics and like track physics, tires, and like how they kind of temperatures can be affected, etc. Really similar on this as well. There are certain cars, like once you kind of tune them up, where they do kind of feel a bit unrealistic compared to what a normal vehicle would handle like, but I think it's pretty accurate, surprisingly. Like something like this, like I'll show you, I can't really kind of like rip around in traffic in like just a stock Ford Mustang because they've got a really high kind of center of gravity. They roll a lot. I don't know. I'll show you what I mean. So what No Hesi is, we've taken this, when I say we, I mean they have taken, turn all this stuff off. Chat off for now. So they took like cars, they took different maps, and essentially instead of driving around a track like a sim racer, you're just driving through traffic, which is really interesting. So this is Shitoku Revival Project, I think it is, for the map. Turn high beams off. And basically, might have to turn that down a little bit. Fuck, I'll do it later. So you're just weaving in and out of traffic, and the closer you get to the traffic you weave in and out of, I think I should be able to, there we are. It's got a points-based system. So you can see how it kind of kicks up here. You've got more points there, points there. The faster you go, the more points you get in terms of your cuts as well. And basically, like, the more you cut across left lane to right lane as well. So you don't want to stay in the same 2 lanes. So like, for example, if I want to kind of get around this car here to the left, so then I can pass to the right. You see the aggro multiplier go up there. So you can kind of get your points kind of up like that, which is cool. But you'll see this thing is like wobbling heaps because it's just a stock car. So the physics, the brakes don't like it when you're moving. So you can brake in a straight line, it just doesn't like it when you move. So it's really kind of need to like aim into the cart and then brake and then let off the brake and then throttle out. It's fucking really hard to control. But I haven't eaten yet, surprisingly. Okay, we're going downhill now. This is going to be real bad for us. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the braking on this is fucking horrendous. I guess the solution to that is just to not brake and just send it, I guess. That's where the name comes from. No hesi, no hesitation. Oh, what a cut. I mean, that's pretty average for any other car, but like a stock Mustang, this thing is so floaty. Holy shit. There it is. I knew it was coming. But that's... that's an example of just like a normal vehicle in the physics related to that. So I'm going to go back to the menu. It's probably going to kick me for blocking traffic. And we'll jump into... do you want to do 4 and 5? We'll jump back on the same map. We've got a couple of people. We've got like 6 people on this one, which is kind of cool. We'll do the NS... we'll try this one, actually. We'll go to the G37. I really wish there was more like variety of cars on the Australian servers. But yeah, so that's the whole premise of it. So you're kind of like a combo base weaving in and out of traffic. So I don't know. I think it's really cool. It's really fun. And like, I guess if you have Assetto Corsa and you also have been stuck in traffic at some point, you'll probably get something out of this. I don't know. And like, I do enjoy sim racing and track racing and stuff like that, but I feel like this is more of a kind of jump in, have a bit of fun, drive around, compete with each other via score, not necessarily like directly head to head. So like, it's not someone else can accidentally ruin your experience, or like me being an inexperienced like sim racer, I'm not going to ruin someone else's experience, which is kind of cool. So you've got options to like chain in together. You've got options to kind of like go into a passive mode so people can't hit you, for example, or you can't hit anyone else, which is probably what I'll do. Oh, and if you load up Spotify songs, I don't want to get like copyright, so I won't, but you can like load up whatever you're playing on Spotify. Oh, actually, I do have copyright free music. Some top lads from Sydney called Shady Nasty. Where are they? Just for an example, I'll probably turn it off as it comes on. See, it pops up when I start playing it. And then the actual album artwork will come up. And you can click it and it actually turns it off. I think that's the fucking coolest shit. I really think that's awesome. Listen to Shady Nasty, it's fucking good too. So basically, I'm just gonna see how far we can go with this. Turn the chat off. Turn off all the HUD. Because I've also put this thing called neck effects on, so when you kind of move through traffic, you sway with the weight, and it's fucking really cool. There you go, so you've got a couple of other players. So it's a pretty active, like, style of play, like in terms of servers and stuff like that. I'm gonna have to turn that down, I think. Hold on, give me 1 second. Doosh, doosh. Yeah, volume mixer. I think. Assetto Corsa. I think that's about a good level. There we go. Alright. So we'll see. This will... Oh, it's got like roof lights, dude. What the fuck? Oh, that's sick. Anyway, let's see how we go. Let's see how we go with this one. Oh, hold on. I forgot to turn on my feet. Whoa. Holy shit. Just missed the most vicious cut in transition there. Wowzers. Yeah, you can see this handles so much better. Holy sugar. Fucking Jesus. Oh my gosh. No, that wasn't it. This one's it. Why did I put my keyboard all the way over there? Back to the pits. Alright. Focus here. I'm gonna do a full run. We're gonna get all the way till it gets to a 2-lane. Actually, let's put the score on so we can keep track of what we're doing. I can turn the PB off. I don't need that. Root boxes, can turn that off. And I'll turn off passive so I don't get accidentally hit by someone else. Or I don't accidentally hit someone else, which I'm probably more likely to happen. I think the dash is pretty... Well, I'll get up the speedometer just so you guys can see where we're at as well. So you do have options for all the HUD, or you can just turn it off completely, but I think you saw generally what it looks like without it, which is really cool. It's very immersive, but I actually need to keep an eye on probably, Jesus, the aggro multiplier, because we've got to make sure that that is always full, because that's going to really affect how our score comes through. Alright, so I think should be ready to roll. Try not to put my FPS counter on, because I don't really want to know where it's at, but generally runs pretty well. Found a bunch of settings in the No Hesi Discord, and they were super helpful, and like I was sitting at like sub 60 FPS, and then it just immediately shot me up to like 120. So if you get this and you've got performance issues, definitely check out the I think there's, I can't remember what specific one it is, but it's the No Hesi Discord. Really helpful, which is really cool. Oof, bit of a fucking whip there. Here we go. Cut wide. Back in. We've got someone following us too. So this is why we turn on passive, because if I have to brake suddenly and they're too close, especially when you don't have communication with someone else, it's pretty much a guaranteed tap. Someone's gonna hit you in the back. Especially with the fucking driving physics like this. Just the slightest tap can just set you out of control. Holy shit. This car's nice. The handling on it's pretty good. What is it? Infinity, I think. I'll have to check at the end of the run. Oof. It's close there. We could probably make it... I've got a wide run to the right here. Go. Wiggle. There we are. Cut left. We can go wide cut left here. Can I make it? Nah. Oh, I hit. Okay. So you get 2 lives. As you can see, I'm going to keep it slow here. Down on the right there, you can see that I lost 1 heart. So now I just got to take it a little bit easier. And we'll see how much further we can get with this as well. So you can see the aggro multipliers drop down again, so I need to cut left at some point. Cut back right. So we can't just sit in the same 2 lanes. So there. Cut back across. There you go. So it's full up now. So you'll see the multipliers will go on. So I think the way that it works, it's like a flat score. For each cut you do, the closer you get, the higher the multiplier. The faster you go, the higher the multiplier. And then however many times you cut across lanes, and the aggro multiplier affects it as well. That's my understanding to it. It's probably completely wrong, but I've only been playing it for a week. Okay, I'm just a baby. Oof. So you'll get good little runs like that, and then you'll just kind of get stuck sometimes. So it's more of a kind of test of endurance. It's not hard to do, but it's hard to do for long, I think. You just kind of lose your concentration. It's the same as kind of ovals, you know. You're racing and iRacing. It's more of a kind of a war of attrition than a war of skill. Fuck yeah. Okay. So we tap there. So what do we end up getting in terms of the score? Hold on, we'll go back to spawn. We'll go back to the pits and we'll do another run. Turn. Maybe I'll just turn the fucking PB on anyway. Personal best. Okay. Well, that's not working. But anyway, if that was working, what I got would just be there. But it's not in a season at the moment, so they run them in seasons. It's just so like you've got a certain amount of time to try to get your highest score possible, and you've got leaderboards and things like that. But we're just kind of in between seasons, so this is just practice for me at the moment. But I'll turn. If I can't see it, I'll turn the PB off anyway. Just try to pay attention to, I guess, what we're doing and what the score is at the end of it. Alright, this is the one. I can feel it. So we've got to cut right. Ooh, we could have made that. What am I doing? Oh, hold on. High beam's off. Oh, that's so much better. No, 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 no. There's a car up ahead. That's fuck. This is the one. Actually, let's do another run. Because sometimes when cars crash, they fuck up the traffic and it just makes a wall. And it's less likely to happen if I spawn somewhere where people don't. Hold on, so if we go 3-lane southbound, this is probably the best spot. So this is probably the longest run on this map that you can get. Right. So I've got no excuses now, this has to be the one. I'm only gonna say it once. This is a left-hand side drive. I need to fucking remember that. Because all the cars, if you play with different cars, you know, it'll swap from like left-hand side drive to right-hand side drive as well. Gonna make a cut here to the left. Swing back right. Won't make it left there, but I might be able to, yeah, I can get here. Easy cut. This opens up, I think. Yeah, it does. This is the area. Here we go. Gentle on the brakes, gentle on the brakes. Oh, I said it right at the start. Left-hand side drive too. Okay. So the scores aren't tracking. The multipliers and the speed and everything is... It might be in the process of rolling out the new season, which will be really cool if that's what happens. If that's the case, I'll tell you what. Let's just go... I'm going to tap here and reset. And then I'm just going to turn off the HUD. And we'll just have a bit of a look. Just without everything. There we go. It's pretty immersive, dude. And like, if you don't look too close at the graphics, because honestly, you're driving so fucking quick, you don't really have time to be looking at that anyway. Once you kind of kick in the neck effects, holy shit, dude. It feels real. Like it doesn't, it's hard to describe. With the wheel, it feels really good. Force feedback and everything like that, compared to other games I've played, has been really good. To be fair, I did download a preset from a YouTube video that was pretty dialed in, which was nice. But that is one thing I'll say. This is probably one of the most difficult games I've ever had to like manually tweak my own settings for. Because like there'd be, I'll just put it this way. I went in and turned a bunch of settings up just for shits and giggles, and I got a better FPS. So if you already play Assetto Corsa, you probably already know what I'm talking about. If you don't, where the fuck did that car just go? Go on. But yeah, if you're not used to kind of tinkering with settings that much, just be prepared if you try to get into this, because depending on what your rig is, if you've got like a 5090, you'll fucking run it fine. But I've got a 4070 Ti and I've been running it in 1440p, so I finally figured it out now, like it's running at a pretty consistent rate. But I've also just realized I've left OBS open, which is probably dropping my frames. There we go. Alright. I'm just gonna lock in and we'll just go for a bit of a run. I like that car back there though. Yeah. Nice. That left here. Oh yeah, we can get through. Perfect. Yeah, I can't really multitask. You can already tell I'm driving a lot better. I say that and then immediately crash. That's so funny. Alright. But yeah, considering that this is a free mod for Assetto Corsa, and it almost like turns it into a completely different game. Like if you have it, it's so worth checking out. The only reason that I'm not subscribed to tier 3 is because I'm waiting for the next season to drop and then I'll subscribe straight away. But this is really cool. Like I'm trying to convince a bunch of mates to get on it. If anyone watches this and they live in Australia and they want to play as well, hit me up, because this is fucking fun. I need to find out what setting does this to the lights. So this is what I'm talking about. There's just like certain things that happen. Ooh, hit there. But you'll have to get in and tinker the settings. But other than that, it's pretty cool. And this only happens in tunnels. So okay, I'm not used to this car, as you can tell. So we need to get away driver. Don't put me in a car I've never driven. We'll make it, I swear. It just cram in. Here we are. But yes, No Hesi. It's fucking really cool. So I've been playing this pretty frequently, but I might do it a little bit more on stream, I think. So but it would be cool to kind of get people to jump in on this as well, because it's, I don't know, if you've got a wheel, I reckon this is probably one of the most fun experiences I've had. I can't do it for long. I feel like I can do like races for a bit longer, a little bit more kind of variation, obviously. But I feel like you have a lot of fun playing this with mates as well. So even just kind of typing in chat, which you can do, it's got its own dedicated chat here. You can kind of link up with strangers and just kind of have runs with them and stuff like that, which is really cool. I've had really cool, I'll have to upload a bunch of clips later onto shorts of like, you know, I'll just be kind of doing this by myself And because I won't have the map on, I can't see where other players are. Some dude just kind of came out of nowhere and just started like drifting in front of me. And I'm like, he's drifting through traffic at like fucking 150 kilometers an hour. And I'm like, this dude's a badass. Oh, shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. Oh, scraped a little bit there. Whoa, dead, dead. It was all a dream. Holy shit. Alright, I'll probably leave it there, but like, yes. Assetto Corsa, No Hesi, fucking pick that shit up. As I said, like, it's really cheap, 30 bucks. If you can pick it up for cheaper, mate, go ahead. But yeah, might be making a couple more videos on this. Hopefully we can get the score back up and we can do some full runs and get that up as well. But yeah, mad. Peace.